Kid Cable and the young X-Men are transported to the front steps of the mansion. But, as Angel mentions, it doesn't look like the past. If some of the floating technological structures weren't enough, the fact that there are other students littering the mansion is a clear indication that they are indeed not in the correct time. Cable explains that before Ahab got them, the mutant twins, Mannion and Maxime, were students of Xavier's, just like their parents. Where we are in time is about 5 years before the end. They're still students. They're still good. At that moment, the sky begins to crack. The clouds darken, and lightning bounces around the atmosphere. Ahab's massive airship appears, hovering just above the tree line. Its very presence causes the sea of green to bend at the knee. Cyclops turns to Jean and asks how quickly she can find the twins. Since they are the ones creating the hounds, they should be able to tell Jean how to undo it. And, with any luck, the rest of them will try to buy her some time. It seems Ahab has already tracked them down. Jean sprints into the building and immediately finds Glob, Granite, and Shadowcat sitting on the sofa in the front room. Gasping for air, Jean asks the three where to find the twins. The three mutants are caught off guard. Last they checked, Jean was supposed to be on a mission. But, they answer, the twins are in the kitchen, eating breakfast. Jean tiptoes into the kitchen and the kids see her, immediately deducing that the young Jean must be Ms. Gray's younger sister. The children are actually very welcoming. It doesn't take long for Maxime to explain that he is an empath. He can make people feel what he wants them to. Happy, sad, angry. But he prefers when people are happy. His sister, Mannion, on the other hand, can give people memories. And then, she can control when they remember them. That is all very interesting, Jean tells them. But perhaps a demonstration is in order. Outside, Ahab attacks. He sends a wave of hounds at the young X-Men, leaving them with no choice but to defend themselves. Beast sprints on all fours, attacking one hound after the other. Angel carries Cyclops, and together they rain down a crimson blast like hellfire on their opponents. Bobby makes an ice slide and grabs a hold of Cable, and they speed through the front yard of the mansion. Cable shoots everything in sight. Ahab sees this and catapults his harpoon, shattering the ice. He laughs. Look at little Kid Cable, trying to play with the big boys. You're not half the man you'll grow to be, and even then, not half the man as me. Given some years, you would realize that running around is a fool's errand. Because now that I got you in my sights, I will follow you to the edge of time and keep pressing until I kill one of those sweet young X-Men. Cyclops wonders aloud how Ahab even found them. Cable picks himself off the ground. We were too close to him. At that proximity, Ahab can track my jumps. Focus on the ship. Without it, he can't jump through time. The two point and shoot at the airship in an attempt to knock it out of the air. The combined power of the crimson beams and plasma bolts easily break apart its outer armor. Reverse course! Reverse course! Ahab curses. Can't you morons see what they're trying to do? But it's too late. The airship begins to break apart in the air as it crashes to the ground below, leaving an explosion in its wake. Ahab cries out as his life's work burns down in front of him. Jean joins the group, in awe of what she just saw. A couple of the other young mutants let out a small cheer. Cable readies his rifle and keeps his sights on the enemy. The fight's far from over. It's time for you to go. I'll deal with Ahab. Without his ship, he can't follow you. Jean, you know what you have to do, right? Jean locks eyes with Cable and nods her head. The original 5 begin to glow in the familiar blue light. Jean's last words to Cable are thank you for saving her, and to tell him to stop messing around with time. Will do. Don't let me down, Jean. Cable tells her. Time slide by 5. The kids disappear, and Cable turns back to Ahab. The enemy is already charging forward. What have you done, you petulant child? Ahab throws his harpoon, but Cable dodges it. Oh, you're mad. How do you think I feel? I'm the one who has to come back and clean up this time mess. Time slide by 2. Ahab grabs Cable by the throat and slams him into the ground as the two are teleported back to the undersea mutant base. Only Jean, Iceman, and Angel remain standing against the now fallen allies. They've gone back, Cable grits out before drawing his pistol and shooting Ahab point blank with everything he has left in the clip. In the past, the original 5 appear in front of the Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters. They're finally home. The team goes inside the surprisingly empty house and remove their suits from the future to put on their more time-appropriate attire. Admittedly, they all feel pretty dumb. But for this to work, they have to wipe their memories, and everything has to be just as it was when Beast appeared. They can't suspect anything has changed. The problem is, when Beast arrived, the young Hank McCoy was just about to quit the X-Men. Scott tries to comfort his friend, telling Hank that he needs them just as much as they need Hank. He'll be back. Privately, Scott asks Jean if wiping their memories is really the best course of action. She is confident that it is. Cable showed her the future. He showed her what would happen if they'd stayed. They need to do this. They need everything to be as it was. And they won't forget. Mannion taught Jean how to lock their memories away so they can be sprung later. As soon as the time loop is closed, their older selves will inherit their memories. Cyclops then mentions Cable. Perhaps he was lying about the whole thing. Jean tells Scott that Cable wouldn't lie. He didn't just save the future. He did this for them. He did this for Scott. In the end, he's just a young boy who misses his father. In the present, Jean Grey is fighting off the possessed Granite. The stone-skinned mutant Hound hammers away at what little is left of the telepath's final psychic barrier. The twins cheer. It is time for Jean to join her allies and friends. Suddenly, the mutants are hit with a flood of memories, their younger counterparts' memories, and with them, the knowledge of how to beat the children. And with one last kickback of energy, Jean Grey overcomes the twins, knocking out the children and turning off their programmed possession. In the end, it was simple. The younger Jean beat the children, not by fighting, but by talking. With a simple gesture of kindness, the young Jean Grey was able to find out the twins' powers and how to turn them off. And now that their memories are one and the same, the problem they once had is not much of a problem at all. Across the room, the injured Ahab is dragged away by a couple of hounds and Rachel. Jean tries to call Rachel back, but she doesn't listen. Or rather, she can't listen. Rachel is still possessed. Then, the four of them, Rachel, Ahab, and the two hounds, are all coated with the familiar blue light before they teleport away. Sadly, Jean already understands. Rachel wasn't like the others. Her pain was real. Jean couldn't undo it. Cable tells Jean Ahab doesn't have his ship. He's stuck in the present. In his condition, he won't get far. It won't be long before Cable finds him. Jean smirks and compliments Cable, saying that he really is him. He really is her Nathan. That's what I've been saying. Take care of Mannion and Maxime. They were good kids before Ahab. And now, their future doesn't exist. They're out of time and need a home. I'll be seeing you, Red. Body slide by one. Several days later, there is a funeral for the X-Men's fallen allies. Cable, Mimic, and Rachel. Hope Summers takes it the worst. After the funeral, Jean, Hank, Bobby, and Warren visit a diner that they used to frequent when they were children. They still can't believe everything that has happened. It honestly feels good to take time and get together, having shakes like they used to. Beast apologizes to his friends, saying he should have known better than to mess with the time stream. Jean tells Hank not to worry. The important thing is that they are all together. Although, it is agreed that the occasion feels at least a little empty without Scott there. And so, the friends raise their glasses into the air as Jean proposes a toast. To friends, both past and present, both here and gone. May they be with them always. And to Scott. Elsewhere, in another one of Cable's safe houses, within an undisclosed location, the lights flicker on as he passes them. Small amounts of dust are kicked up with each step. He continues to walk down the corridor to a small mini fridge humming in the back of the room and removes a couple of drinks. "It's done," Cable says, before turning down the walkway leading to a man sitting alone at a table. Cable hands him the drink. "The young X-Men are back in their own time. Ahab's mutant murder future isn't happening. Everything's the way it should be. It's finally time for you to come back, Dad.